Hello. Today we're going to be exploring 10 new ways to practice self-care and be kind to yourself. Stay tuned for that. Back in 30 seconds. My name's Shamash. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and we're going through the Action for Happiness calendar for new ways to cultivate well-being every day. So today is the 17th, and the action for today is to try a new way to practice self-care or be kind to yourself. Now, being kind to yourself, what in psychology is called self-compassion, has been found to be really beneficial. In fact, when they compare self-compassion to self-esteem, they find that self-compassion is more beneficial in many ways. And this is because it helps you to get through difficult times. So if you have this skill, or you're starting to cultivate and practice the skill of self-compassion, it can help you to be more resilient. And that's particularly important right now when we're going through so many changes. The great news about many of these skills, including self-compassion, is it's not a fixed thing. No matter where you're starting from, there's another step that you can go up and you can improve the quality of your self-care and self-compassion, and you can improve the skills so that you can become better at it no matter where you are. So that's really good news. So I'm going to share with you a list that I found online of 10 different ways to practice self-care and being kind to yourself. There's quite a few articles on it nowadays, and it's nice that people write about it a bit more. And I'd love to hear your ideas. What things do you turn to when you've had a difficult day or a challenging time or even moment? How do you practice self-care? How do you practice being kind to yourself? If you share it in the comments, then we'll have lots of different ideas. And this whole month is all about trying new things and experimenting with new things, because that's good for our well-being and self-care too. So if everyone shares a few little ideas, then we'll have a whole bank of ways in which we can cultivate them. But what comes to mind to me immediately, and I've been emphasizing this all throughout the month, is the power of doing a really, really small step, so small it seems almost significant, and then celebrating that too. Behavior scientist BJ Fogg says that mindfulness is very popular and people accept that it's very beneficial. People talk about gratitude being very powerful and beneficial, but he thinks in the future celebration will be as important as them, to celebrate really, really small wins in a way. So for example, you may not be able to get into a whole meditation practice, but you do one deep mindful breath, and then you celebrate it with just going like yes, or in some other positive way, and encouraging yourself in that way. And that's a way of cultivating self-care and being compassionate, because you're celebrating some small success rather than thinking about what you haven't done. It'd be easy to think, even if you've done, let's say, a 20-minute meditation, you could easily say to yourself, oh, I should have done 30, or I wish I did this regularly and I'm not. That's the default state for many of us. But let's move from there to even celebrating a small win, like going for a 1-minute walk, or to do one mindful breath, or to remember to be grateful in one particular moment, or to do a tiny act of positivity for someone, like listening to someone for a few extra seconds, or washing one dish in the kitchen. All these small things, if we celebrate them, these are ways of cultivating self-care and being kind to ourselves. So that's what I would recommend as an overall thing, something that works for me anyway. But I'm going to share with you now 10 ways that I found online, easy ways to practice self-care. And I like some of these suggestions. Some of them are more kind of cliche, and that's okay as well. First one here, take a walk around the block without your phone. I think that's a really good one. We use our screens so much, and one great way to take a break from them is to just leave the screen at home. And just walk around the block isn't too far, and you can get a bit of fresh air. You start noticing the weather around you, connect with your senses a bit more. It's a nice way to be mindful, actually. Second one is to take an Epsom salt bath. We hear that quite often about taking a bath for self-care. Third one, turn off your phone for an hour and focus on being present. That's a nice simple one. So rather than even putting it on flight mode, just switch it off and put it into mindful mode. Mindful mode for the phone is just switching it off. And then just as best you can, try to be present from moment to moment. And you may certainly not manage to be really mindful and really present for the whole hour, but there will be a few moments there, and that's something to worth celebrating. Next one here is write down 10 things that you're grateful for. And if not 10 things, 5, 3, even one thing. Just write one thing that you're grateful for, and that could be a nice moment of self-care. I would recommend just start with one. Turn on your favorite music and have a dance party in your kitchen. It doesn't have to be a kitchen. That's a good fun one. Do a 10-minute meditation. As I said, if that seems daunting to you, start shorter. Start with the length of time which you think, I could do that easily. It might be 1 minute for you, for example. So you decide. Number 7, take a break and stretch or do a short midday yoga practice. So I know some of you like yoga, so that could be a good one. Obviously, it doesn't have to be yoga. It can be just any kind of stretch. Just, stretching your arms up or doing some Tai Chi or Qigong, something like that could be good. This might be more tricky right now, which is take yourself on a date to your favorite coffee shop or cafe. Here in the UK, you can't sit in the cafe, but you can do takeaways. So that might be a nice little treat for you to just walk to your local cafe and in a safe way buy a takeaway coffee or tea. That could be a fun one. It's actually a good idea. I haven't done that myself. Number 9, just nice simple one. Drink a big glass of water, and that will start making you feel good. It's easy to get dehydrated, especially if you're spending a lot of time on your computer and you're not really self-aware so much. Big glass of water, and then celebrate afterwards. I'm so healthy. And finally, doing something creative. If you like painting, drawing, singing, and this is this month. So if you've never done painting before, this is such a great opportunity to just put some paint on paper and just see what happens. Same with drawing, singing, whatever creative outlet that you think, I always wanted to do that. Maybe now is a good time. So there's loads of suggestions, ways of cultivating self-care. As I say, share in the comments if you've got any other ideas or ways in which you want to practice that. That would be great. And let me know how it goes. If you've got any questions, I do read all the comments under here too. So appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. In terms of other things that we've got coming up, we're doing a free retreats every Sunday. So if you want to get involved in doing it's going to be some mindful yoga there and some meditation and listening to a sound bath. So if you want to get involved on Sunday morning for that experience, then also let us know and you can join in that. Okay, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.